Welcome to Group CRC Excel.
Now we will see data table and conditional formatting. Let's go to the tab Exercises and Solutions. We're going to start with a very simple model. We have the quantity sold, the unit price, the quantity times the price is the total income. We have the unit cost times the quantity. It will give us variable cost. The fixed cost is fixed, and total cost will be the sum of the variable plus the fixed cost, and finally the net margin will be income minus total cost, and this will be the percentage over total income. Now, what happens? We need to test and make some scenarios. So what happens if the fixed cost changes over the net margin? So as you can see, for example, we have, if it increases to 2000, the net margin will be 0. If it increases to 2500, the net margin will be negative. If it goes down, it will be 30%. So as you can see, but we don't know, and we need a summary of what would happen if we have many values. So we create a table, and that's excellent to perform sensitivity analysis. The data table will show us all the results for the fixed cost from 250 to 2500. So what do we need to do? The first step is, what's the result we want to see? The net margin. So on the top of the column we have to put the formula, the net margin, in the model. So link to the final result. So the net margin is that. And now we need to select all, including the column with the values. And then we go to data, what if analysis, and data table. As you can see, you have two inputs here. In this case, it's only one variable that we will evaluate against the net margin. Therefore, we need to enter where we enter that variable in the model. So the column input cell will be the fixed cost. So where do we change the fixed cost in the original model? We change here. We say enter, and we say OK, and there you go. The result is that if the fixed cost is $250, the net margin would be $1,750. With 2000 fixed cost, it will be 0, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, Excel has made all the combinations for you. Now, it's interesting to apply at the same time conditional formatting. So what we're going to do now is we're going to apply to this table conditional formatting. So what do? We go to Home, because we would like to see, for example, in green all the positive numbers, and in yellow or red, let's say, the negative numbers. Where do we make money? Where do we lose money? So we go to the first cell, and we go to Home, and we select conditional formatting. In the conditional formatting, we have to put new rule, and I always recommend to use a formula to determine which cells to format. So we're going to use a formula, and we will say, for example, that this cell, take out all the dollar signs. If this cell is, I'm sorry, but my keyboard is, I don't know what language. Wait, I'm gonna just change the language settings. Okay, if B26 is greater than 0, then we want format a fill green, for example, this green, and we say OK. Now we can add also a condition. So as you can see here, when it's positive, and then we can copy all the format, when it's positive it will become green. Now we want to add a rule, so we go to manage rules, and there's the rule we just created. Now we're going to add a new rule, and we're going to say again, use a formula. We're going to take the same cell, we take out the dollar sign with F4, and we say if this is less than 0, then which format we want to give. Let's say fill yellow. You can change the font, you can change the format. In this case we want to fill with yellow, so we say OK, and we say OK. So the two conditions will be in this cell. Now we just copy the format to all the cells, and as you can see, when it's positive it's green, and when it's negative it's yellow. Now we're gonna face a more complicated sensitivity analysis. We want to evaluate the net margin, one with the quantity sold and with changes in the unit price. So let's say the unit price will vary from 1 to 10 and the quantity sold from 0 to 3,000. So what's going to happen? You have to arrange this way the data table, and in the corner you have to bring the final result you want to see. In this case is the net margin, so we go up and we select the net margin. This is the final result in the model. Now we select the whole table. These are the quantities, and this is the price, and in the corner we brought the net margin. Now we go again to data, what if analysis, data table. Now row input cell, in this case we will use both because we have two dimensions. So the row input cell, row is this, will be the unit price. So the unit price in the original model is here, and the column is the quantity, which is here. We say OK, and we have all the values here. Now it's hard to see because it's a big table, that's why we will need conditional formatting. So we can apply the same thing. If you did the formula before, you can use the same and just copy the format to your table, and there you go. When it's negative it's yellow, when it's green it means it's positive. So for example, when the price is 4, you have to sell 1500 to get a net margin of 0. If you decrease the price to 3, there's no way you're gonna make money, no matter how much you sell. If you increase the price to 7, if you sell only 500 units, you are in positive. So this is the way you can combine both data table and the conditional formatting to perform sensitivity analysis. If you have questions or comments, or you want to buy this file, you're welcome to do so. You can visit us at www.groupcrc.com or send us an email for any questions and comments to service@groupcrc.com.
Thank you for watching.